Hey, aloha guys. Eric West here, hawaiirealestate.org. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm all about teaching you everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you just can't find in the listing. And today I just kind of wanted to share with you two things. Number one of the cool things I like to do, kind of the middle of the day sometimes, I'll sneak away on my dirt bike and I'll come up to the middle of nowhere. Check this out. Beautiful little scenic area, eat some lunch. My phone is still with me, so I'm still working, but it's a beautiful chance just to escape and go into the Netherlands of West Maui, and it is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at this. I'm not going to tell you exactly how I got up here, but let me tell you what, it's amazing. And the second thing I like to do, and tell me if you're the same as I am, sometimes you need that time away just to think about stuff, just to kind of contemplate the meaning of life, where you're going, the direction of everything, and especially as a new year unfolds. And one of the things I really enjoy about everything that I do, I think, is I try to be super passionate about everything I do. I'm super passionate about Maui. I'm super passionate about real estate. And as you've noticed over the years, I've never really pushed any kind of products on my channel, and I'm not like, trying to clickbait or, whatever. It's just like, I love to sell real estate. I love Maui. That's about it. I love my family and making money for the three boys in college. But I recently learned about a product that just got me so excited about something I get behind that's passionate to me and can literally make a difference in a person's life. And that is a product called Sharkbanz. And I decided to kind of do a couple videos up here this afternoon during my lunch, relaxing, taking time off from work. And explaining sort of the parallel between dirt biking and equipment and protecting ourselves, right? So I would never go on this dirt bike here without my helmet. I got the boots, the riding gear, the gloves, everything. I mean, you just wouldn't do that. If you're a dirt biker, you would never go ride a dirt bike, a high performance machine like this, without protecting your body, mitigating the risk of a crash, right? Because that would just be stupid. So now I feel the same way about Sharkbanz. Now that I know a product exists that can take a shark that's thinking about what you are, because that's all it is, it's curiosity. They come up to you and they're like, oh, is that a seal? Is that a meal? And they kind of go, oh, let's just do a little test bite. And that's enough to kill you. Now I know there's a product that exists that can prevent that. Everybody, in my opinion, should have one, should go in the ocean now feeling super confident and safe and protected, because I did my research on these things. I watched some videos on it, and I just got sponsored by the company today, so I'm really excited. They're now the official sponsor of hawaiirealestate.org. So check it out. I've got a website that I set up called, well, it's basically, it's their website. It says sharkbanz.org, sharkbanz.org. Check that out. But do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind. I just posted a short, I just posted a long form video. If you wouldn't mind sharing that, I would love to get the message out there to people that are coming here on vacation, that are coming here, or people that live here that go in the ocean. And just to make the waters more safer. I put out a video a little while ago about snorkeling, about whenever you go in the water. I always have a flotation device, go out with other people. I've seen people almost drown, and if you live here long enough, you watch the news. I mean, I used to watch the news, don't anymore, because, okay, we're not going to get into that. But when I used to watch the news, every month or so, someone just dies in the water. They drown. So it's like, hey, go out there with a flotation device. Now that I know a Sharkbanz exists, go out there, put one on your ankle, put one on your wrist, put one on your kids, put one on your aunties and your uncles, put one on yourself, and feel confident. And now, see, to me, when I learned about this, it's now the onus was on me. Now I knew it existed. I'm like, what am I going to do with this information? I'm going to be like, oh, those things don't work. So what I did is I went and I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube. There's a guy that they took, a dummy, not a real guy, a dummy. They put fish on his four, hands, appendages, whatever, his arms and his legs. Threw the guy in the water. A bunch of sharks came up and ate the fish and attacked the dummy. And then, just a few minutes later, they put the same dummy with the same fish, but now they put a shark band on, and the shark would come up like he's going to eat it, and then turns away. So it sets off, it's a magnet, it's not, it doesn't require batteries or anything like that. You do have to keep it in a box when you're not using it because it can affect your electronics, but ultimately, it messes with the shark's sensory things. They're called I don't know, it's just some weird French name or something, but there's strong magnet. So it's almost like if someone came up to you and was like, rah, they started yelling at you, like, oh man, stay away from that guy. It's almost like when I used to hunt elk and deer in the woods of Colorado. It's like if you see a bear, what's the number one thing you're going to do? Make yourself really big, or shoot your gun, do something to scare that animal away. But apparently this Sharkbanz creates such a magnetic field that it just bugs them and they just leave. So I honestly feel a social responsibility to share this particular device, so please do me a favor, check it out. If you're coming to Hawaii, if you know someone that's coming to Hawaii, or if you live in Hawaii, now you know. Now you know. Now it's your responsibility. Now it's, well, what are you going to do? And I think that we can get to a place, hopefully, where nobody ever has to suffer at the hands of the ultimate predator. And by the way, right now is shark season. Let's just take a quick, it's shark season. It's whale season. Oh my gosh. It is not shark season. It's a human season to the sharks. But no, seriously, check it out. We've got this beautiful vista here, this beautiful shot of the Pacific Ocean. But right now, it is whale season. Well, what does that mean? You have a bunch of mamas out there giving birth, which creates what? Afterbirth, which creates what? Food and nutrition. You also have little babies, right? Little babies that are susceptible to predators. So you have basically shark, attractants out there, if you will. And so you're going to go in that water, you're going to think twice next time. Or you're going to get a Sharkband and put it on your kids and on your wrist and on your elbow and on your whatever. It just takes one. You don't have to have two, but one for each person. I think you'll feel a lot better about putting yourself at risk. So anyway, I've never been one of those guys that's like, super afraid to do anything. Like, I'll go, man, let's go, charge, let's hit it. But once I know there's a way to protect myself, like I would never go charge on my dirt bike and be like, I'm not gonna wear my helmet today. It's like, that's stupid. I would never do that. It's dumb. Right, boys? Don't ride your one wheel without, okay, every once in a while I do ride the one wheel without a helmet, I will admit, but I go very slow. And I don't have an excuse on that one, sorry. But it's slow, right? A little fall, you're just gonna roll, just a tuck and roll. But my boys, on the other hand, they go like 20 miles an hour on the one wheel. That's a different deal. I never go over like 8, I promise you. But on the dirt bike, right, this thing is like, wah, wah, wah. I mean, you're flying. It's like, dude, you gotta protect the noggin, of course. Just like when you go in the water, protect yourself with a Sharkbanz. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share real quick, a little promo. It's just, I just cannot stand it when I know there's a way to prevent something and then it still happens. That to me is like the ultimate nightmare, right? It's like if you know a seatbelt works and then someone dies in a car crash because they didn't have a seatbelt on. It's like, ugh, so unnecessary, right? So the beautiful thing about technology and the evolution of mankind, right, is we get smarter, we get better, we learn things, and then we implement them, and then our life is better. It's like, I had a good friend of mine, Derek Spring, back in Colorado. Derek, love you, my boy, my friend, my boy. What's up, boy? But it's a problem with YouTube Live, man. You never know what's going to come out of this thing. But, I loved his concept on life. Derek, he said, every day I wake up a better version of myself. It's like a software. You know how software like iOS, right? It's constantly updating. That's the way I feel like we should be in our lives. Like every single day you wake up, you have a new version, a new iOS, a new update, whether it's hardware, right? Your hardware, yes, or your software, right? Your brain, or your spiritual wear. But every day it's like you're just upgrading. You're getting rid of like the bug fixes and just different things that you can dial into your life to make it better. So when I learn about a product like this, I'm just like, well, there it is. We have now solved that thing. Moving on, right? Next thing we got to work on. There's other things that are going to try to get us in this life. So, but having that mentality of every single day, a little bit of improvement. And on that note, one of the ways that you can improve your life is by purchasing a home on Maui. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. No. Actually, that would be an improvement, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be. But I'm not going to go there. This is not about real estate. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for checking it out. I know it's just been a long monologue on this topic, but I wanted to share with you a little secret kind of thing that I do sometimes during the middle of the day. Get away, have some lunch, hang out. Look at this. I mean, seriously, it's nuts. It's like, what? I'll just be quiet and you can just listen. This is a West Maui mountain fix. You know what really trips me out when I come up here? Is that can you just imagine how many amazing neighborhoods you could build up here and the views they would have? I mean, oh my gosh. The fact that like Maui Land and Pine just sits on this land. There's so much land and so beautiful. I mean, that's one of the reasons I love kind of sneaking up here and checking it out, because it's like you just think about the possibilities, right? We're all kind of stuck on this strip of land right by the ocean, right? Literally, if you look at a map of Maui, we're all stuck on this strip. It's like this strip of land that's right by the ocean. But man, there's thousands of acres up in here. And I can kind of see why the Hawaiians are like, what the heck, man? We got plenty land locked up, right? Landlocked. Heard there was a movie called Landlocked, a documentary talking about how all the land in the world is like locked up in these giant corporations, and it's just like, what in the world? There's plenty of land, plenty of place to go, but yet we get stuck in these little pockets of economic, because imagine if all of a sudden all this land was available, right? Price of land would go down, price of homes would go down, there'd be more supply. We wouldn't all be economically tied into this fake sort of supply and demand if they would just open up this, and there's a make sense way. There's plenty of room in Hawaii for everybody, no need for everyone stacked on top of each other. But I guess that's probably way above my pay grade, but just to kind of share this with you and show you, and it's just so cool, right? Literally, it's just one of the most amazing places on earth, and just so thankful to be able to kind of check it out for a few minutes every once in a while. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I'm going back to work, I promise. If you think, my clients, you think I'm messing around, I am not. Okay, I am, but we all get a lunch break, right? So this is how I do my lunch break. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I will put a link in the description. I will put a link in the comment section to sharkbanz.org. Please do me a favor, share the video. Let's get the word out there. Someday I have a vision of, like, I'm going to be walking down Kaanapali Beach, I'll be out in the surf line, and like every single person has got a shark band on, and the sharks are like, hey man, we're staying away. That's annoying. Because imagine if you have one person in a lineup, but then say you have 25 people in a lineup, or everybody that's snorkeling at Black Rock has got one on. It's just a magnetic, like, wah! And eventually it'll be like a fence, like a dog fence. You know how dogs, they learn, even when you turn the electronic fence off, they still know, like, oh, I can't go there. Someday I think the sharks will be like, oh, we can't go over there. That's that magnetic, this is bad, So I think it's possible. So social responsibility, in my opinion, means you got to share this. Even if you're not coming to Hawaii, even if you don't live here, you know someone that's in a coastal community somewhere. Because trust me, there's some major shark problems in Florida. California's got that great white. Thankfully, we don't have the great white here. Oh, could you imagine? But Florida, the guys in the lineup, they have like aerial shots, and here's the surfers, and like here's like 50 sharks out here. Just, man, nothing like that here. But it's just the occasional possibility that now we can totally, in my opinion, mitigate. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I can tell you one thing. It'll be for the most beautiful place, in my opinion, on planet Earth, Maui, Hawaii. Much aloha to you and Johanna. Eric West out. Yes, sir.